kindergarten, it's Mrs. Cummins again. This is our math video, and for this math video, you're going to need this paper, and the question is, who has a bigger window, Emma or Andrew? And how can you be sure? So this is Emma's window, and this is Andrew's window. So we're going to talk about measuring area. So I am going to show you some sticky notes. Where did I put my? Here they are. Here's my two sticky notes. So I have this sticky note and I have this sticky note. And I want to write a note to Mrs. K. DeBoer, and I have a lot of writing to put on my note. So which sticky note do you think I should use? Do you think I should use this one? Or do you think I should use this one? What do you think? I have a lot of writing to do. I think it will probably be this one because it is bigger. And is this note longer than this note? Or is it taller than this note? The inside part of this note is bigger. So the inside of the note is bigger than this one. See, this one can fit actually right inside of this note. So it has more room than the little note, right? So measuring area is the space inside the note, or the space inside of what you are measuring. So I have my phone right here. So if I wanted to measure my phone, the area of my phone, I would measure inside of the phone. Same with a piece of paper. If I wanted to measure the area of this paper, I would measure the inside of my paper. Not how long it is or how tall it is, the inside of the paper. So that is measuring the area. So I have something else I want to show you. It is two books. Where did my books go? Where did I put my? Oh, here they are. So I have this book and I have this book. So there's two books. So this one and this one. So which book do you think has the smaller area in it? The smaller area. This one, right? Because it's a smaller book, but it also fits right inside of this book. So this has smaller area. So if you were measuring, you would be measuring the inside of the book, right? And this one has the larger area because it's larger than the smaller book, and you would be measuring the inside of it, and it would show that it had more area into it. All right, let me see what else we can say about our area. So I'm going to show you the windows again. So my paper with the windows. So this is Emma's window and this is Andrew's window. Now I'm going to cut them out for a minute. Don't cut yours out. Mrs. Cummins is just going to cut hers out. So I have Andrew's window. And now I have Emma's window. Yes. So here are my two windows. And I'm going to put them beside each other. So I have Emma's window and I have Andrew's window. Is Emma's window bigger? Well, it definitely looks taller than Andrew's window, right? But if you turn it this way, right, Andrew's window looks taller. So what is it? Can you think of a way that we can find out which one is bigger? We would be able to measure it, right? But what would you measure? Would you measure how long the sides are? Or would you measure it this way or this way? And if you really want to know how to measure it, you would have to find out which one has more area. So what would we measure? We would measure the inside of the window, right? So the inside of the window, not the outside, the inside part, because that will tell us which one has the bigger area. So what math tools could you use to measure? We have used our math blocks for measuring. So that is something that you could use to measure the inside of the window. What else could you use to measure the inside of the window? There are some little squares that I have sent you that you could use to measure the inside of the window. Now, when we measure the inside of the window, do we put our squares, here's your little squares, do you put your squares like this, where there's a big gap in between? No, because you know what? That's not going to tell us the right measurement. When you measure, you have to put them nice and close to each other. Okay, so I want you to look at Mrs. Kuman's one. I have started measuring this long window. So I'm going to show you how many tiles I used. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now, I noticed that these tiles are a little bit bigger than the actual down here at this part. So if you want, I'm only letting you do it this time because this is not how we're supposed to be doing it, but I could only find that size of tiles. Just do 2 rows, okay? It's okay if this is a little bit white. That's okay. It's just that we didn't have a certain size to fit the bottom too. If you want to cut them in half, you can too to fill it up for sure. And I want you to measure this window and measure this window. You know what Mrs. Kumans did? I used my glue stick. So I put lots of glue on the window and then I put them nice beside each other. Otherwise, they were going to move all over the place and I couldn't measure it properly. So I put glue and I glued my squares on so they'll be nice and tight together. Okay? So I want you to fill it out and tell Mrs. Kumans, which window is bigger? Is it Emma's window or is it Andrew's window? And remember, when we measure the area, we need to measure inside the window, okay? So that's your job today. I can't wait to see your windows. Bye, kindergarten.